one principle of politicking here.
Yeah, I mean, interviews, they can be combat, they can be a conversation. And what she needed to do was communicate. And so often in the past, she comes to an interview in a way prepared to be the interrogator. And people already know she's good at asking sharp, tough questions of people who she feels deserve scrutiny. It's her being under that scrutiny that has been where the stakes have been higher. And I think today it did show.
The Rocky Mountains provide the backdrop in Boulder, Colorado, and if you're looking for the Buffaloes, they ain't hard to find. We're really looking forward to this matchup. You've got a team that's made its way into the top 25, now trying to pass an all-important road test. As we'll see, the number 12 team in the country, the South Carolina Gamecocks, taking on a team from the Big 12, the Colorado Buffaloes. For East Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollock, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going.
David's point, a little bit more comfortable now than she has been in the past.
Yeah, I think there's been a consistent story of growth. She's been in more of these settings. I think we saw that somewhat tonight. I also think to the question about how policy positions have changed, they were clearly ready with an answer about how the values have been consistent. But we had one of the lines that stuck out is this was, I think people are ready for a new way forward. She said that a couple times.
And the Buffaloes will put to the weather and we'll get started.
But they created this line of honesty. She made it kind of personal different individuals, but they're also very clearly trying to position her as a change candidate in the same way that Donald Trump is positioning himself as a change candidate. Some of us appears that that's going to be the crux of what this comes down to in November is whether that is bought by the electorate or not. But
no reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback.
It seems that that's where this might be a guy, but I think it's really
the offense will have to use its first time out of the head.
It is allowing her to make the case of change without kind of saying those words. And so I thought that was really in the air of this speech. But to the point about normal versus weird, the future versus past dichotomy that they're trying to create, I think they landed that.
Line gets set, first down.
As a package that is relatable to people, and that is someone who feels familiar, whose story is familiar, whose message is familiar and relatable.
Wants to throw. It's Sellers.
Grown in, and we saw that.
He's going to take a shot.
So I think I would break this down.
Brings it down on the right side.
Values,
and he's running in the open.
And I think she made it very clear that he was just committed to
and
her
once
values.
he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
Even though she may have changed.
If you want to make a statement in a football game, that's how you do it. On your first offensive snap, you go 75 yards and score a touchdown. They have shown up. They are ready to go. Everybody, I think, in shock in the stadium right now.
Actually, and when you think about the opposite ticket of J.D. Vance,
lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. That kind of drive will boost your confidence. One play, hit the big pass, put a touchdown on the board.
I think so many Americans want to know who is she and does she have command of her voice. And she answered every question. Now, you might not like the way she answered them, but she answered them as a capable, qualified leader. And I do think she moved the ball forward a little bit. You know, maybe she didn't score a touchdown tonight, but she definitely moved down the field.
The kickoff team takes the field to boot this one away.
About this idea of the question of who's going to change will be the fundamental defining question of the election. And I was sort of watching this, you know, holistically. What is she saying?
And it'll come out to 25. No attempt at a return.
Biden and the record. Our screen said, this is called the Chiron. The headline at the bottom, it said, Harris stands by Biden administration economic record. She is making it clear that she will embrace and be a continuation of Biden's economic policy, his record, what they've done. She can offer no remorse, no regrets, no introspection about anything they've done. She continues to blame inflation on this fantasy price gouging idea. She had no additional thoughts on the economic situation in the country.
Use the play fake now to throw.
Just saying,
they're trying to get to it. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play. And you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
He's strong and he's fine today. Nobody believes that. And I just think at some point, but why isn't he running?
This attack's so lethal with that big play capability. Now 1st and 10 from the 29.
Most Americans know the truth, and when you're running to be president and you're willing to look them in the face and tell them something they know that you know is not true, it does speak a little bit to your future.
Handoff from the gun.
Will voters
A
care
most
about
efficient pickup of 6 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 4.
Or do they care
It's
about
plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook.
A lot more credit, frankly, for guiding the country through the pandemic and the economic calamity that he walked into than he gets. But
Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4.
A heavy toll on people here and around the world, but around the world is not relevant here. And so
Fast motion from the offense. Fine play action.
Doing exactly what Joe Biden is doing.
Grabbed in the backfield and scored. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
This whole thing
They run into a bit of trouble here, 3rd and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range.
You've been there for 3.5 years. No vice president makes policy. Okay, let's just make that clear. Nobody has such a good. Nobody talks about.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment.
The Biden years when Obama was, but nobody does that. So
looking for a man. It's Sanders. Steps away to find some room. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the 1st down.
There's nothing more annoying defensively than this. You got a guy bottled up, great coverage, boom, he escapes out of it, pulls a rabbit out of a hat. Next thing you know, he scrambles, gets a 1st down. Now I got a new set of problems I got to deal with.
The most principal advisor on Afghanistan. That is not. That's her word.
Nah, you can mute it on your side though.
The Buffaloes are moving quickly down the field.
You can mute me.
One of the things that struck me about, and as someone who, like I said, has covered Kamala Harris before, she is a homework doer.
To the ground with the back.
The homework has been done.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to.
Between these two, what kind of debate sparring partner is she going to be against Trump? And to me, the answer was discipline.
Yeah, she's ready to be.
What you mean? All you gotta do is hit your button, the PlayStation button, and go to the sound, and then mute game voice chat.
I believe isn't the sparring partner that Trump is preparing with Tulsi Gabbard, who has actually been toe to toe with Kamala Harris. So I do think you are going to see.
Oh no way, that was an interception.
Conversation, but part of it is, what is she like on the offense? We know what she's like on the defense.
Well, what is she like on the off the cuff?
I mean, the question is, yes. The question is, how much should
really good? One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good.
Of our exclusive interview with Vice President Kamala Harris and Minnesota Governor Tim Walz. We are going to
last play didn't go well. It leaves him with 2nd and 11.
I was saying that. I guess if I were advising her, I would say the best. Don't make Trump big by trying to get into back and forth with him throughout the night. Make him small. I mean, he's going to try and do what Trump does. This is his 7th presidential debate. Nobody's done it.
He's looking to throw.
We know what his habits are. She's having a conversation with the American people about the future.
I was about to say, man.
Coming into this game, this offense knew that points were going to be at a premium. If you can't score touchdowns down here in the red zone, you at least got to come away with field goals. But you can't do that if you're throwing interceptions. That's just poor execution by the offense.
Fires to the big fella. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the 1st down and sets them up beautifully here.
That's just a very easy, comfortable throw for the quarterback. He knows he has his big target, tight end, running across the field on the drag. Nice play.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. Looking to throw, it's Sellers. Zings it complete to the right. Makes a grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground.
I just love quarterbacks that aren't greedy and that are always trying to throw the home run ball, right? Second down, you're in your own end of the field. The guy you want to throw to is not open. Just find the back. He'll go do something positive with it. This guy is a weapon, and you got to find him in the passing.
Yes, but I think
they've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10.
It's like you were on offense. If you know, the vice president is not very tall.
Well, jet sweep pass.
Let him look like the bully. Let him throw out.
He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
The Gamecocks will line it up on 1st and 10.
For the next 4 years, or you want someone who's focused on your problem? And I think that pivot works.
The aerial assault continues. Got it in the middle. It's Hunt. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all off season, so they better be ready to bring it today,
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes. And you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they got it on the 22.
Talk about having a day. We're not even done the first quarter yet. This receiver already has over 100 yards. Look out.
I'll just really on the walk backs.
Now on 1st down for this offense. Defense in press coverage.
You wanted the band pressure. Yes. Now you don't. Yes. And
back to throw, it's Sellers. He makes the connection.
And quarterback John, I understand if you're getting zone coverage, all I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag.
Generally speaking, how should voters look at some of the changes that you've made?
And the Gamecocks have moved it inside the 20.
In your policy. Is it
linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback.
About the information?
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Listen, guys, this is one of the top 10 passing offenses in the entire country. Maybe they're trying to catch the defense napping by going goal line and running the football. Not a lot of success on that last play. But get back to doing what you do best. Throw the ball.
Is my values not changed? You mentioned the Green New Deal.
They've started a pretty good drive. This will be the 7th play, but they need to convert 3rd and 5.
That it is an urgent matter to which we should apply metrics that include holding ourselves.
Grabbed in the middle, it's Harbor. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, and they've got it 1st and goal.
And we're going to call his name a lot today, because this dude, he had over 100 last week. He has over 100 almost every single week, because he's a staple in this offense, puts up big numbers, makes big plays, and that's why he's also in the Heisman Trophy conversation. A wide receiver in that debate is special. This dude is special.
Prosecuting transnational criminal organizations violations of American law regarding the illegal passage of guns, drugs, and human beings across our border. My values have not changed.
My values have not changed. I mean, actually, interestingly, as I listened to that soundbite, I was thinking to myself, well, this will be a test of whether the left is willing to kind of be in a pragmatic space, because she's basically saying, you know, I believe in climate change, but let's put aside fracking for a second and do other things instead.
I think what she is doing is saying that
they'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone.
But that have denial, people who deny climate change.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass.
But there are many ways to get to solution.
And into the end zone he goes.
Talk about
touchdown, South Carolina.
And this offense right now, they're doing some damage through the air. That's now their second passing touchdown. They thought coming into this game they were going to have some matchups on the perimeter of the field that they could take advantage of, and they've done that so far today.
About to kick it off after punching it in for a touchdown.
Particularly those who care about climate will balk at that issue. Maybe they will. They're not a monolith.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18.
The other thing to stop is she is not running against the Lord Almighty.
Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way, but dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Completely sidestepped it, did not answer it. She goes back to her time as Attorney General. But again,
got some room to run.
Nothing. No
and he's going to run it all the way back. Touchdown, Gamecocks. They want to finish the season strong, and man, are they doing that here in this Week 11 performance.
She's trying to stiff.
Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt, when your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening from the ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
Talking about putting children in cages. It was drawing a delineation between these big guys.
Here he comes from inside his own 5.
And us who will be different. Now
he found some really good running room on that one and just about got loose. As it is, good return to set up the drive.
And that's fascinating, right? It's a completely different
and the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and he's
trying to get behind the defense.
Oh, my God.
It's him inside the 20, still going. Touchdown, Colorado. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. They'll try to tack one more.
Yeah, the guy don't like the ugly. I don't know what kind of people.
It's no good. He missed the extra point. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Don't believe it's a crime to cross the border.
If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put him away in 25.
The delta between those two things.
Those months, they weren't 20. It wasn't 2020. It was 2019, but she never made it to 2020.
That's right. That's right.
The reason she didn't make it to 2020.
And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
It's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted.
You go with this.
Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out everybody right now on the same page.
To throw, it's Sellers. Throws to the tight end. He's got an open man. And they bring him down, but did you see this freshman rifle that thing in there?
I don't know who on defense is going to cover this guy. Honestly, he could be a problem for this defense over the middle of the field in passing.
Now on first down from the 43-yard line.
She did acknowledge, I know you want to call her the border guard, but what she really was
looking to move it through the air. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Wide open downfield. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense. Really good job when this play went off script, and that's the job of a tight end. Find the soft spot and stay in the quarterback's field of vision.
Yeah, and it's just frustrating to play this kind of style of quarterback. It's always going to extend the play, make it hard on you as a defense. You got to guard longer in the back end, and just did a nice job getting outside the pocket and getting into the big fella tight end.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
They're not entirely transactional, and that is a distinction with the candidate she's running.
The incompletion brings up a second down.
Even that was that was a good
wide receiver coming across in motion. Quick pass on the jet motion.
That's how they all came in.
Open runway ahead. Smashes through the tackle. Touchdown, Gamecocks! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
What I think she's saying is that
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
Has to include strong and forceful borders. I don't think that's a concession on her part. I think that's what she actually believes.
But progressives have already taken a lot for this moment. I think the question of whether they stick with her has already been asked and answered.
They'll try to add another to their lead.
Most of them really supported even within that. But I would say...
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And the points come on a pass from 39 yards out.
Doesn't feel as drastic as the person she was talking about. So it is up to Donald Trump to make
about to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
About why this matters in a way we have not seen him do, or seen the ability for him to do in that time. So I guess it's like, if this was happening in isolation, I do think
and he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22.
A lot of the things that she in her plan of Upper President are things she did not support as Attorney General.
Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. Last time they had it, they took it down the field for a touchdown. They can build some confidence, and he throws his 3rd pick of the day. His head has to be spinning, and he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, South Carolina. A lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the score.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the play and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
On that front, I have an announcement to make.
From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. Makes a move. He just about popped that one for a long one, but as it is, he gives his team a lot of momentum with a solid return.
And Governor Walz, we're going to pull back the curtain on what will go down as a fateful day.
And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick 6, David.
It was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick 6 and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do. And it was that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out, not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. Quarterback checking off. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Let's it fly deep downfield. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it.
Oh, the offense just not able to come up with that. You knew that was going to be a bang-bang play, right? They're taking a shot into the end zone. That's going to have to meet a contested catch on the back end. But he wasn't able to come up with it because of the hit.
He's got him this time. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the 1st down. And the Buffaloes moving quickly to the line.
You got to give the O-line a lot of credit there because it gave the receiver time to work all the way across the field on the drag route against zone coverage. Quarterback gets it to him. He's able to turn it up and get a 1st down.
On a little time, lets it go. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming.
Love the physicality of the secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
To the air, it's Sanders. Dances away from the heat. And it's good. Touchdown, Buffalo! Made the grab and finished the deal on the end zone. The AT unit on the field. He's looking to... Oh, now the kicker's going to throw it. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
Stop taking Farxiga and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of this infection, an allergic reaction, or ketoacidosis.
I usually just do takeout, but I'm trying to be more of an adult, learn how to actually...
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16.
I love Bryce just giving me 10 free meals just for signing up.
Never? I want to be an actor.
So why don't you act with your big sister and get us some really famous back breaks?
I want to be a director. Let's try a scene where you go get your and
South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
It was a nice job in play calling too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
Get the new Samsung Galaxy Z Fold features.
They want to throw it. He's going to fire deep. Makes the catch on the right side. And he breaks into the open. Touchdown Gamecocks. Made the snag and strolled his way into the end zone.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic.
Only Sargento 100% real.
And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. UAB is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage today. They still have some work to do to put this in the win column. They're up by 7 over UConn. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game now. Sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled, you realize what's going on. Now, I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable in this last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
I'll give you a little too much information. Go for it.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. They move the tight end all over.
And
back to pass, it's Sanders. Fires to the wideout. He makes the catch. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. And the Buffaloes want to crank the tempo.
We were sitting down to do a puzzle.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Just ran him over. And he's able to bounce off one tackle for a solid pickup.
It's really frustrating. A guy in his spot. He's in the hole. He's there to do his job. And he can't get the guy on the ground. That's your job. Get him on the ground. You know, especially a guy that's not a huge back. You got to make that tackle. You can't make it easy on the offense. But now they got a manageable situation.
He was very clear that he was going to support me. So when he called to tell you, he said, I'm pulling out.
Looking to pass on second down.
Well, my first thought was not about
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
This defense knew they had a tall task playing against this Heisman caliber quarterback. And the best way to affect him is with pressure. They were able to hit him on that play, and that forced the incompletion.
She found out that morning, and she asked him, are you sure? That's extraordinary.
Snap from the gun on third down.
Extraordinary.
Looking to the big tight end.
I just want to say that
and that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's fourth down.
Defense did a great job. Third and
but it was also historic, which is clearly why she wanted to get some of it on the record for, for history now, because it's going to come out probably eventually. But are you sure? You're exactly right. That kind of moment where, look, it wasn't as if it was a surprise in the instant that it happened. A lot of people weren't sure that the president was going to finally decide, you know what, I'm out of here. But obviously, we remember the pressure was mounting.
They're expecting quick throw. Everybody that dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
She was not doing anything, but just in case, some of the people who are in the Kamala Harris orbit were just kind of getting everything ready just in case it happened. But that was a human moment.
All the numbers and stats will show you going for it on fourth down in this area of the field really puts pressure on a defense.
She made history with that. And
quarterback making adjustments with his receivers.
About himself. And then, of course, it was
they're throwing for it on fourth down.
To try to
he
do something
fires
more
to the left side.
He's
got it downfield for a huge gain. Touchdown, Bucs.
I double team that dude.
Open space, the band might as well start playing.
And what nice play design. You get your speedster, you get a better matchup, and then what do? You fade him towards that sideline, run a go. Nice ball. Yeah, wide, he just runs underneath it. Just too much speed, couldn't catch him. Gets in the end zone for 6.
She loves to cook. Being there in the morning with her family, making them bacon.
He'll start the return inside his spot.
Kind of the picture of
and the return man is stopped. That'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive.
If somebody were, say, expecting big news that weekend, having the grandnieces over, going about your morning. I mean, it really was, despite all of the talk around it, she was continuing on, and you know this as well as I do. When you talk to people
South Carolina ready to go on the attack at another offensive odyssey. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter.
And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this defense had some matchups they felt really good about up front. They won one right there, getting to the quarterback, creating a negative play, and they're going to need these guys to start winning more of those because they are finding themselves in a hole here early in the game.
As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. And now they have enhanced their degree of difficulty on 2nd and long from the 6.
Make his decision in his own way, in his own time.
All right, Dana.
Looking to throw, it's Sellers. He lost one down the sideline. He's got it upright.
It is something I've heard from people in Paris world about how she approached what was happening.
And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
Extraordinarily strong. Given where we are now, do you have any regrets about what you told the American people?
On the run from inside his own 5.
Not at all. I have.
And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return.
For almost 4 years now, and I'll tell you, it's one of the greatest honors of my career, truly.
And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it down the field. They've got to score.
Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. He's looking to throw it.
You know, before he got out of the race, upwards of
pulls it in. It's Hayden. Oh, it's a fumble. Quickly gets back on top of it and prevents a turnover. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Scanning the field, it's Sanders. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
Couldn't find his man last time. That leaves him with a 3rd and 6.
That loyalty played a key role in the reason why Biden was there to tune all of that stuff out. She has been like this since the day she was
quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. On target to the left. They are on the move as they pick up for the first down. They'll spot it at the 28.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
She talked about manufacturing jobs. She talked about
from the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. He tried to find some running room, but they get him stopped.
Not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
Not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know.
Those things.
How about the offensive lineman pushing the guy backwards and make some holes?
He was personalizing all of this, and any criticism of the economy he took as a personal affront to him. He thought shepherding the economy
on second down, he'll let it fly.
Was one of his achievements. And
trying to make magic with his feet.
And
it's on the ground. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
And this QB has the ability to make huge plays and scramble around and do things off schedule. But that time he coughed it up. Did a great job of getting outside the pocket, but the defense closed in, forced the fumble, recovered it. Great job by the defense.
This defense will try to keep everything in front. Trying to start the drive with a pass. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. He can't make the connection. It'll be incomplete. He can scramble, but couldn't create anything there.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense, pressuring the quarterback.
Joe Biden and Kamala Harris were loyal. They were, I remember at the night he spoke, what happened to I love, like,
leaves it with the back.
And that's not what we thought.
Runs through the tackle. That run epitomizes a veteran, savvy senior who knows how to find space. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline.
Maintain a very good relationship. We saw it on full display.
He'll keep it himself. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half.
There's a level at which this presidential politics works that is non-linear, that is not all about,
first half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
What is their character? And in that sense, and that's why I said at the beginning of this discussion, I was actually impressed by the way she talked about the president because it reflected character.
The Gamecocks will kick it off to start the second half.
You think they're going to find it in Donald Trump?
All right, Ashley, Scott, and Estad, thank you all for being here. Everyone else, don't go anywhere.
So much for the touchback. Here he comes. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop
My
at
record
19.
speaks for itself, but I think people are coming to get to know me. I speak like baby. Every weekday morning.
Here are the 5 things you need to know to start your day.
CNN's 5 Things for J-Bone.
Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. Huge deficit to start this third quarter. They just need to find something. And it's kicked off for the fourth time today. Didn't get a chance to show off those running skills, but he gives them the ball at the 29-yard line.
Zone equals eyes. When I say that, DBs, linebackers, all covering the middle of the field. So many guys over the middle of the field trying to take away the easy stuff, but reading the quarterback's eyes the whole time. Whenever he breaks to throw that football and that hand separates from the ball, I'm breaking on it, and you could tell they had a beat on it. Nice cut, nice instincts. Give me that INT.
A great spot to start this drive for the offense.
Hurry into your Jeep brand dealer and make the most out of summer with great deals plus no payments.
Touch pass on the jet sweep.
During the Jeep Make This the Summer event, get $2,000 bonus cash.
And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you. You're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
Keep your foot comfy and secure. Hands-free Skechers Slip-ins.
From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Sellers. Finds his big tight end.
Nice Nice quick throw there. And it's so important for quarterbacks to be able to find a rhythm and to be comfortable and confident. You want to just get the ball out quickly, make it an accurate and easy throw. And you can tell that these two guys, they rep that play in practice all the time, and it's now showing up here on the field.
On second down, he's looking downfield. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-game land.
Really good job on the defense being disciplined. They snip the running back out. You see it. Keep outside leverage and go make us tackle in space on a guy that's used to breaking tackles, used to making plays.
Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. Third down play from the gun. It's complete. Touchdown, South Carolina. And the route is on. He has been surgical, precision passes, using the scalpel, the fine instrument, rather than the blunt one.
And the defense has had absolutely no answer for him. Just, he's been down their throats all game long, a step ahead, understanding what he's seeing, and just destroying this defense.
When it's time for an update or a complete remodel,
and he's going to run it back. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14.
We handle the entire process to create a beautiful and functional bathroom for whatever your life needs. Rebath, with you every step of the way. Call or visit rebath.com for your free in-home design
consultation. And the Colorado offense is coming back onto the field. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get moving.
Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
Clock kicks across the 4-minute mark here in the third. Get it out on the screen. Not able to break the big one on that screen to the running back, but he found enough and a solid pickup on first down.
I just continue to be impressed watching this guy play. Good decision-making, very accurate. He's obviously got a lot of talent surrounding him, so no surprise with that last completion. He's now over 3,000 yards on the year.
Walz responding to Republicans who called him out for claiming that he carried guns into war. Listen.
You said that you carried weapons in war, but you have never deployed actually in a war zone.
And that is his fifth interception, a nightmare he is not waking up from. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
Have a day, young fella. 2 interceptions already? That's 3, 4, 5, 6 games for some people. A hot start, catching the football. He's acting like he's playing wide receiver out there. I might think about trying a different DB.
About our children being shot in school.
Unloads to the wide out. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
Well, I know that one fell incomplete, but what a day this guy's had throwing the football. Multiple touchdowns, and he's done a really nice job with his decision-making. Hasn't thrown any picks, which has really helped keep this offense on schedule.
I just want to remind you,
after the incompletion, they go back up top. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football. Now they face third down.
This QB has had a lot of success all day long. Looking very comfortable. Finally, the defense gets to him. Finally, the defense gets a win. They needed something to go their way. Got to start getting some more hits.
On third down, going up top. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Really nice third down sub-defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting downs. They're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture from pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback. Now forcing the incompletion, setting up.
No question about it. And look,
and it's no good. He missed it. Because no game is closed, something has to go wrong, so the coach will have something to write about it.
There usually is a pretty substantial vetting process.
I don't know
Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does...
It's complete. A huge pickup. And it is a chunk play. A huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
It is the first interview that he has done, so it's the first chance he has gotten to try to clean it up, aside from that spokesperson from the campaign
Dropping
that I was
back,
talking
it's
about.
Sanders. Feeling some heat.
But it's the kind of broader
Firing to the right, complete. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
What's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter of space. You can do some damage. That time they got it to him, throwing the football, picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Right on target with that last pass. Now it's second and medium.
As a veteran, and he is somebody who served.
Quarterback will audible.
A lot of people say he should be thanked for it, and I'm not here to disagree with that.
Yeah, I mean, the 24 years.
Now the play fake.
24 years.
Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Finds his tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit of time to get to that first down mark.
Great interview and for joining us. Thanks for having me. And joining our panel here, Sean Michael Singleton, Jamal Simmons, and Maggie Haberman. Maggie, this is a core part of what the Trump campaign has been spending a lot of time on.
It's good. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down.
That it feels like maybe
That wasn't a touchdown. That is a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They need to find a rhythm. What better way than converting on a third down? Awesome job by the quarterback getting to his
point to ask questions about, but Tim Waltz is the number 2.
He'll come out throwing on first down.
Kamala Harris is the number 1, and so they've spent, I think it's 5 weeks now, focusing on this issue, and for 3 of those weeks at least, they were doing nothing.
To get the 6, but they'll have the first
so,
down.
you know, I think they are frustrated.
In the hurry up.
There were so many attacks on J.D. Vance, and J.D. Vance had a rough time in that first week out after
Looking
the
to
RNC,
throw.
and I think a lot of this is about that.
And now it's worse. The ball's loose.
I have seen
He picks it up, still on his feet. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming.
Well, ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. And they're very lucky after that fumble. The offense jumped.
Jamal, just real talk though. Why not just say you misspoke?
To the air, it's Sanders. Pressure coming. Now adjusting.
So I think he went on to talk about
that pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
All right, you dug yourself a little bit of a hole offensively. You know you're going to have to throw it here in the second half. You're going to have to make sure, though, you do a better job up front with your pass pro. You got to keep your quarterback standing up.
What happened before when she was a vice presidential candidate.
On third and long, you'll need to push it downfield. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. Third and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. And this will be a 41-yarder coming up from the right side.
At this interview, a way that is not atypical for, a post-convention interview, but I don't think it really matters whether or not
it's good, and that was dead solid perfect. And the field goal is good. They get a 3 on the board, but it really doesn't matter much.
But I do think there's a possibility for this to become an issue.
Want to talk about laying down? That kid just made that kick 40-plus yards into the wind. That's incredible.
He said, my record speaks for itself. Well, does it? You don't know what your record is. Maybe if you're in your own state, people may know, but not the American people. Then he said, well,
on the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19.
He said, well, my wife said my grammar sometimes isn't always correct. But those were terrible answers. So,
and the South Carolina offense is back on the field. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, it can definitely be frustrating. Yeah, I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish strong.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
Very clear. CNN's Daniel Dale will be here to fact check that.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9.
People were watching, and then our world changed.
TV on the Edge premieres Sunday, September 22nd at 9 on CNN.
Trading at Schwab is now powered by Ameritrade, giving you even more specialized trading support. Connect with the Schwab Trade Desk, our team of passionate traders ready to tackle your trading questions, no matter how complex. Plus, get 24/7 live help and access support by phone, email, and in-platform chat.
We'll start the quarter offense, about to snap it on 2nd down.
With Schwab.
To the air, it's Sellers. Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop.
Well, it really just feels like they are trying to make a statement to everybody in college football. They've got a lead, they've got it late, and they are still putting it on this defense. They are still letting it fly. They're airing it out, trying to light up this score.
Stronger and longer lasting relief than Tylenol rapid release gels. Because Advil targets pain at the source of inflammation. So for faster pain relief, Advil, the pain away.
To the air on first down.
You can design a personalized weight loss plan for me?
Makes the grab. It's Sanders.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football. And a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some
Type 2 diabetes? Discover the Ozempic Trizone. I got the power of 3. I lowered my A1C, CV risk, and lost some weight. In studies, the majority of people reached an
Now on
A1C under
2nd
7
down.
and maintained it. I'm under 7. Ozempic lowers the risk of major cardiovascular events such as stroke, heart attack, or death. And
These
adults
corners
also
backing
with
off a
heart
bit.
disease. I'm lowering my risk.
On 2nd down, looking again to throw.
I lost some weight.
Caught over the middle. It's Harper. He'll work his way down to the 28.
And this guy continues to pour on the stacks. That's why he's in the Heisman picture, right? Had over 100 receiving yards last week. He's off to a great start today. Defenses just can't figure this guy out.
Pancreatitis, gallbladder problems may occur. Tell your provider about vision problems or changes. Taking Ozempic with a sulfonylurea
And the Gamecocks are moving quickly down the field.
Effects like nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea may lead to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems. Living with type 2 diabetes?
I got the power of 3 with Ozempic.
Going up top on first down.
The gates are pumping.
The market's closed.
Can't quite make the connection there. Might have let him a little too much.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Or you could give these different investment options a shot.
The right money moves aren't as aggressive as you think.
Invest.
The Ergo Smart Base from Tempur-Pedic automatically responds to
Looking to pass. It's Sellers. Fires to the wideout. A beautifully placed ball to the outside and the toe drag for the big pickup.
Well, I love play callers that want to stay aggressive regardless of what the score is, regardless of how much time is left on the clock. And I promise you this, there are a lot of fans, there are a lot of teams all across college football that are paying attention to what is happening right now.
He wants to throw it again. Buying some time. And this one's not working. He'll just throw it away. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Wide out in motion. Little touch pass to the receiver. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going again. Nice job understanding the touch pass and having those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand the safety's got to see that start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that.
The corners are walked up tight.
There's plenty to fact check from tonight's town hall. CNN's Daniel Dale joins us now with more. Daniel,
they'll try to pass it in on 3rd and goal.
Vice President Harris made about her position on track.
Bring in the heat. Touchdown Gamecock. And the stomping has
2019, you said, quote, there's no question I'm in favor of
and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
Issue, particularly in
Points and more points. This offense
still
has
want to
had their way. They just
No,
keep their
and
foot
I
on
made
the
that
gas,
clear on the
keep
debate
putting
station
up
2020.
points, keep putting up
That
touchdowns. And you know
did not
what?
ban
This is one of
fracking.
those stats
As
days.
Vice President,
You
I
look
did
back
not
and you're like,
ban
that
fracking.
guy had
As
12
President, I will
touchdowns
not
for the
ban
year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this
In
game.
2019, I
Almost
believe,
ready to kick it away
in town
after
hall,
scoring
you
a
said
touchdown.
you were asked, would you commit to implementing a federal ban on fracking on your first day in office? And you said there's no question I'm in favor of
From
banning
inside the
fracking.
10, here he comes.
So it changed in that
Couldn't
campaign.
find a way to create that
In
broken
2020,
field
I
as he
was very
stopped them
clear.
at 25.
In 2024, and I've not changed that position on the left going forward. I kept my word, and I will keep my word. So
And
Daniel
the
Dale is
Colorado
here.
offense is
Daniel,
coming back onto the field. Maybe
Maybe
they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. See if they can do that here.
They'll snap it on first down from the 35.
Will you commit to implementing a federal
Use
ban
the
on
play fake,
fracking
now to
your
throw.
first day in office?
Forced out of the
Adding
pocket.
the United States, the
Snagged
list of
in the middle.
countries
It's
which
Hayden.
ban this devastating practice.
There's no question I'm in
There
favor
to
of
make
banning
the
fracking.
tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. And the Buffaloes come to the line in a hurry up.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving. He just works to get himself open, to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect and keep the drive going.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. They get him on the ground, but it's a first down.
I just love the play call. You're getting a fast player out in the open field, and it's enough to get you a first down.
That Joe Biden will not ban fracking.
And the Buffaloes will snap it on first and 10. Running back goes in motion. Wants to throw on first down. Got a man. It's Horn. Oh, ball's out. The offense somehow fell on it, and they'll retain possession.
All right, Daniel Dale, thank you very much.
They are breathing a
Donald
sigh
Trump's
of
been giving his
relief
thoughts
after
about
that
tonight's
recovered
interview
fumble.
on Truth Social. He spoke to some reporters. I mean, it's gone about how you would expect. I'm going to bring a little bit of our break conversation into the conversation here because, Audie, you pointed out, we are talking about fracking, which I am not sure a whole lot of people are talking about, except maybe in Pennsylvania. Is this kind of where the Trump argument against Harris is centering on, is these past statements about issues like fracking, the Tim Walz stuff? I mean,
looking
is that where
downfield,
their
it's
heads are
Sanders.
at? They're not quite sure where their heads are at. There's a bunch of advice.
And it's another interception as his assault on the record book continues. He was thinking big return, didn't get that, but boy, did he give his offense an opportunity at the 31.
That she has moved away from since. They see that as an opportunity to basically just call her liberal over and over and over again. And Trump has been doing that. Trump has said that
South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today, too. They had a really good game plan coming in this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points? Because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or they just run this clock and say, all right.
Oh, he gets downfield for the big catch. Hits the accelerator to the right. Touchdown, Gamecocks. And the beatdown has ensued. The lead grows, and you can sense they know how important wins are this late here in Week 11.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get concerned, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day. And apparently, their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
I don't know that the average voter is going to linger on this, but
from inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16.
That's why the Trump people are trying to focus.
Colorado has the ball back, and the Buffaloes hoping to put their team in prime position on offense. Fighting got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown, and there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start progressing for next week for the rest of this season so we don't let one bad game turn into two.
Yeah, there are very few teams out there that won't watch game film, but they may want to skip this one. I mean, because it may hurt their confidence. They just need to turn the page and get ready for the next opponent and forget this day ever happened.
Been largely that there is a sense in parts of America that there's a cultural antagonism against people who live in places where fracking is an issue that matters. So yes, it's about
just feeds the running back.
She cares about people like you.
Slithers into space.
I think it's
Afterburner's coming. And he crosses the goal line and gets the touchdown, but way too little, way too late. They still didn't count it for 6.
And a nice touchdown. Continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle. Nice job by this offense to continue to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Houston had an impressive showing at home today, and I know the fans there in Clutch City are ready for boots. But pay attention to what's happening on the gridiron, too.
Going to come down in
60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there.
Special event, the ABC News Presidential Debate Simulcast, September 10th at 9.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
Spraying Flonase daily gives you long-lasting, non-drowsy relief. Flonase, all good.
Comes out throwing on first down. And they can't make the connection.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Great job staying home by the defense there. Offense trying to go option. QB keeps it. But you see the greatest sign of football. Everybody's staying where they're supposed to be. And they're able to rally to the quarterback and tackle him for a loss.
No, Fraser, Frank.
Brad,
how are you?
Give on the inside. Thrust that arm out. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. This is what you're looking for when you have the better team. Go out and show it. Don't fool around with them. Go out and play to a standard of excellence.
Just dominate. You know you're going to take care of business. You know you're going to win. It's like how many? How many can I win by? And I like that you keep your foot on the gas and just continue to pile it on. It's their job to stop it. Let them do their job. You just keep going up.
It's not about the X's and the O's. It's the Jimmies and the Joes. This is why recruiting is so important in college football. They just had better players. More physical, they were faster, and it shows.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
It's time. Yes, the time has come for a fresh approach to dog food. Every day, more dog people are deciding it's time to quit the kibble and feed their dogs fresh food from the farmer's dog. Made by vets and delivered right to your door, precisely portioned for your dog's needs. It's an idea. Time has come.
The virus that causes shingles is sleeping, and 99% of people over 50 is lying dormant, waiting, and could reactivate. Shingles strikes as a painful, blistering rash that can last for weeks, and it could wake at any time. Think you are not at risk for shingles? It's time to wake up, because shingles could wake up in you. If you're over 50, talk to your doctor or pharmacist about shingles prevention.
The Tempur-Pedic breeze takes sleep. Feel cool, so no more sweating all night or blasting the air conditioning. The Tempur Breeze feels up to 10 degrees cooler all night long. Don't miss our biggest sale of the year with savings up to $700 on select adjustable mattress sets.
If you knew this was your last, best chance to protect all the places you love, toppings for $10.99. The taste you love is now available and gluten-free. Chips Ahoy, here for happy. Cash back big with Chase Freedom Unlimited. Earn a $200 bonus. With no annual fee and 0% intro APR. How do you get cash back?
Closed captioning is brought to you by Skechers hands-free slip-ins.
This tiny home trend. Now this is more like it. Same goes for my footwear. So I went hands-free with wide-fit Skechers slip-ins. Try wide-fit Skechers slip-ins.
And my panel is back. No one at this table knows more about how to win elections than David Axelrod. So, what does Vice President Harris need to do from this point forward?
Look, on one point, she was clearly trying to burnish tonight her commitment to this opportunity economy, to building the middle class. She has specific points she wants to make. The next thing she has to do is throw it into a more comparative frame. He wants tax cuts for billionaires. I want tax cuts for families with children. He wants to end the Affordable Care Act. I want to strengthen it and expand it and make sure that more people have health care in this country. I think she needs to paint a picture of the choice, the economic choice. And if she's successful, she can win the economic issue, certainly neutralize it.
I wonder, do you think that Kamala Harris, the fighter, came across in this interview tonight with Democrats?
Naturally not.
Nope.
Why?
Because I think that she has made a conscious choice that she is going to try to do as little as possible to avoid being caricatured as angry. I think she is very aware that Trump has been trying to raise bait about her for weeks now. It hasn't been remotely subtle. And I think that she is trying to avoid playing into any caricatures that way. I also just think that one of the contrast points between her and Donald Trump is he is presenting a lot of anger. If you look at Truth Social, he went on a sort of a spree over the last 24 hours. QAnon curious and all kinds of things, and his political opponents in jumpsuits. And she's smiling and she's looking happy, and I think that they make the bet that the public would like to feel better than it has.
So there's the joy of it all, but I mean, there's a populist energy in the country right now where people want to know who's going to take it to the man for them. And that used to be part of her portfolio, but not so much anymore.
I don't think it is on stage, but we haven't seen her at the debate yet. I think people know this about her, that she's a prosecutor, and she can go after him. It's something that Democrats have been excited to see about her. I think we saw it in 2022 and 23 when she was making this case about abortion and abortion rights, and she was out there every day arguing it. This is something I think we're going to see when you get to the debate. You just may not see it on stage, because right now she's still getting the country comfortable with who she is, and as Maggie said a second ago, one of those things is a joyful warrior.
The thing I keep coming back to is discipline. You can say what you want about Vice President Harris, but she's got it, and Trump does not.
Yeah, I mean, she is disciplined, and ideally Republicans will want to draw the contrast. One of the things she mentioned in her economic plan, giving out, I think, a $25,000 tax credit to new home buyers. And to me, I was a bit dismayed because that's not really the problem. It's a volume problem. Being the former deputy chief of staff,
I have to interject.
don't have enough houses available.
Today said that he was going to have the government.
Well, and I have a problem with that as well. That's not the role of government. But with that said, a disciplined Trump would point the contrast. It's not about providing tax credit. What's your plan to create more housing in the market?
Disciplined Trump.
Well, I mean, David, I haven't tried this, so I mean, I have to say what you think, right?
Everyone, thank you so much for watching. Laura Coates Live starts right now.
Welcome to a special edition of Laura Coates Live on this major night in American politics. Vice President Kamala Harris sitting down for her very first interview since becoming the Democratic nominee. We're going to break it all down for you this hour, the key moments, the new reaction we're getting in, and what it all means for the race moving forward with just 68 days to go until the general election. And by the way, just 12 days until the expected debate. In a moment, I'll be joined by the Harris campaign's co-chair, Rich Landrieu, and one of Trump's top allies, Republican Congressman Mike Waltz of Florida. My colleague Dana Bash covered a lot of ground in this interview with Harris and her running mate, Governor Tim Walz. It was about 27 minutes long, and she dove right into one of the main criticisms that Harris has been facing ever since she got to the top of the ticket. How she explains her shifts, or as her critics would say, her flip-flops on some very key issues.
In 2019, I believe, in a town hall, you said you were asked, would you commit to implementing a federal ban on fracking on your first day in office? And you said there's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking. So yes. So it changed in that campaign?
In 2020, I made very clear where I stand. We are in 2024, and I've not changed that position, nor will I going forward. I kept my word, and I will keep my word.
What made you change that position at the time?
Well, let's be clear. My values have not changed. What I have seen is that we can grow and we can increase a thriving clean energy economy without banning fracking.
One other question about something that you said in 2019 when you first ran. There was a debate. You raised your hand when asked whether or not the border should be decriminalized. Do you still believe that?
I believe there should be consequence. We have laws that have to be followed and enforced that address and deal with people who cross our border illegally, and there should be consequences.
Generally speaking, how should voters look at some of the changes that you've made, that you've explained some of here, in your policy? Is it because you have more experience now and you've learned more about the information? Is it because you were running for president in a Democratic primary? And should they feel comfortable and confident that what you're saying now is going to be your policy moving forward?
Dana, I think the most important and most significant aspect of my policy perspective and decisions is my values have not changed.
With me now, Ryan Lanza, former Deputy Communications Director for the Trump 2016 campaign, Karen Finney, CNN's political commentator, Alex Thompson, CNN's political analyst and national political reporter at Axios, Ashley Etienne, former Communications Director for Vice President Harris, and Kristen Soltis Anderson, CNN's political commentator and Republican pollster. I will say a dynamite roundtable, well, half roundtable discussion. I want to get right into it, though, Ashley, because there was a lot at stake for an interview like this. There are very few data points for the voters to look at. You've got this, you've got the debate, you've got obviously rallies in between. But a key goal of this interview was to be able to go in depth and understand more of her policy positions. Did she accomplish that?
I think she did. I mean, I think also part of the goal was to also answer the criticisms that was coming from the Republican Party and from Donald Trump, and I think she did that. I think the other thing she achieved so especially well is she looked in command. She looked strong. She looked very comfortable answering those very tough questions. And I think hats off to her. I mean, she's demonstrating that she's ready for the job, that she can handle the tough questions. The criticism's not affecting her in any sort of real way. But I would love to well, I know we're probably going to get to the question about it. Oh, okay. So, I mean, I think the part that I thought was the strongest was this answer about my values haven't changed.